Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
And go over it. Most people ask me why I'm trying to change the world. I guess some people probably are like, oh, this girl's crazy thinking that she can do that. But the reason I am doing this is really a combination of a few things. It's both negative and positive things. Really my own personal, I guess, experiences growing up. I didn't have like a terrible childhood, but it was challenging at times. As well as just feeling like every time I turned on the news, it was nothing but bad news on the television, and more people getting killed, kidnapped, devastation all around the world. I felt like it was just a lot of negativity, a lot of heartbreak and sadness out there, and it was all around me, and I felt obligated to do something if I could. I can't do everything, but I can do something. And so it was that. It was watching loved ones, people in my own life that I cared about, seeing them get hurt, getting their hearts broken, as well as positive things too. The show The Buried Life came on TV. 4 young guys traveled around the nation, and they checked things off their bucket list. And for everything they did on their list, they helped a stranger accomplish something on theirs. A very heartwarming show. As well as the movie Pay It Forward, the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. It kind of all just came crashing together as I was sitting in my class learning about children with special needs. And I just kind of felt sorry as my professor was saying that a lot of these kids often feel, invisible and forgotten and left behind. And not just for them, I didn't feel sorry only for them, but I felt sorry for all the people around the world that feel like that every day, that feel alone, that feel insignificant, that don't have anyone there to help them, and that are stuck in a bad situation that they can't get out of. So that kind of, broke my heart a little. And at that moment I was sitting there. I was like, I'm going to try to change the world. I got to go for it. I know it's big and ambitious, but that's exactly what the world needs right now, is not somebody just sitting around throwing money at a charity or volunteering at a soup kitchen when it's convenient, but someone that's going to create an exciting movement of people coming together. And Project Change the World is the mega movement of kindness, of all the people in the world uniting together to do the right thing, to make the world a better place, based on your passions and your abilities, and on a regular basis too, not just some of the time. So that's a little bit about why I'm doing this, and what Project Change the World even is, for those of you that don't know. So tonight I wanted to talk a little more about love, since it's almost Valentine's Day, and we will be having monthly gatherings for this, the Inspirational Gatherings, until we get the Inspiration Room, and then we'll have our own meeting space. But we are going to focus on a certain theme every month, and so I chose love. And I know all of you at some point in your lives, okay, you're not supposed to see that, pretend don't look at that. Alright, so I know for most of you in your lives, everyone has experienced love at some point or another. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It can be the love of a family member, the love of friends, even the love of an animal, like your pet. Some people love their cats. You got those cat ladies and whoever else, but yeah, so we all know what it feels like to experience love in our own lives. But I'm going to get more to that in just a moment, because a while back I was interviewing people and asking them what they believed the biggest problem in the world today was. And they told me things like money, power, corruption, greed, and so forth. Well, I'm here to say that the biggest problem in the world today is not any of those things. It's actually fear, because those things are a result of fear. Fear leads to people being greedy, being obsessed with money, power, those types of things. Those are coming from the fear. They stem from that insecurity, that fear of life. People are afraid of all kinds of different things. They're afraid of being rejected from society. They're afraid that they won't be accepted. They're afraid of ending up alone forever and never finding a certain somebody. They're afraid of never being successful in their career and getting ahead. We're scared of all kinds of different things. And the way that we beat the biggest problem in the world today is fear, which is fear, is not by succumbing to it and letting it control us and take over us and make us obsessed with something that's unhealthy and that eventually leads to our own self-destruction. The way we fight back against fear is by doing the opposite, which is by having faith. Faith that it gets better, faith in yourself, faith that there's something out there in the world greater than fear. And so that's a whole nother night, a whole nother subject that I could go on and on about, but I won't keep you all here any longer than 8 o'clock. I'll try. Don't hold me to that. But so the opposite of fear is faith, and I would say that the worst consequence, probably the worst, at least one of them, to fear is hatred. Hate stems from fear. And I know you're like, I don't hate anyone, I love everybody, but we all experience hate at some point in our life, not necessarily just hating other people. I mean, some of us, maybe we had abusive parents, and we hate them for what they did to us, or maybe we got our heart broken by our ex and we hate them for that. But not just people. You can sometimes hate the person you see looking in the mirror back at you. You hate what you become or what you haven't become, as well as hating an emotion or certain feeling. Maybe you hate the way it feels to get your heart broken because it's been broken one too many times before. And so you shut out love and you never give anyone a chance to really get to know you, and you end up pretty miserable and alone for the rest of your life. And so the way we overcome that hate is by, we do the opposite of fear, so we do the opposite of hate, which is love. Loving the people in your life, and not just your family and friends, but even people that you haven't really ever met. Maybe a stranger, maybe somebody dropped something and you want to pick it up and hand it to them. Just spreading and giving more love back to a world that desperately needs it. And so we'll talk a little bit more about love in just a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like it when people tell me what to do and they don't tell me anything more than that. I'm like, okay, I got you, I got this, I understand, but tell me how. The main thing I need to know is, how do I do this? Yeah, I know that it's pretty common sense. I mean, it's not rocket science here. The world needs more love. It's pretty self-explanatory, but how do we do that? How do we give love to a world that's hurting? So we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Right now, we have some people probably a little late, but we're going to go ahead and the show must go on and do some Jeopardy. We have problems in the world today: children, animals, environment, poverty, and disease.
Which one do you know the most about?
Animals.
Animals?
200
200?
animals.
Funny bud.
Question number 1. Which dog is the most common victim of animal cruelty? Want to change it?
Pit bulls.
Right.
It's
That's
got to be
right.
in form of answer or question. They didn't the Jeopardy. They just said it's got to be. What is a pit
Oh,
bull?
yeah,
What is a pit bull? That's right.
Wait, or is it pit bulls?
What is pit bulls?
What is a
What
pit bull?
is a pit? What?
Yeah.
So you changing the rules from midstream, dear? I was gonna steal it.
Hey, they got the answer right. That's all that matters here. So 200 points. So go ahead and write down how many points you got.
Which one?
Animals for 400, I guess. Then we'll stick with animals.
In true Jeopardy, you open up the buzzer, then we have a chance to buzz in. And,
Right, because you only have 30 seconds when
Yeah.
it tells you you're wrong.
But the person that's in control actually picks the topic, and if they delay, somebody else can steal it from them.
Okay. I mean, we can play it that way if you
No,
want.
we'll go this way.
It doesn't matter. How many animals are euthanized in U.S. shelters every year? This was a question from last time.
How many animals are euthanized in U.S.
Oh,
shelters
screwed,
every
I have
year?
no idea.
United States. How many animals?
Are you asking for like a specific number or like a rough estimate?
They're all estimates, so all these questions are approximate. I'm going to start counting
You got
down
this
now.
one.
Project Love is something that I came up with since we were talking about love earlier and how it's basically the most powerful thing in the world today, I would argue at least. And it is the way that we overcome all of that fear and the way we overcome hate, essentially. And so I decided if there was one thing worth dedicating a whole project to, it would be love. And so I came up with Project Leading Original Victories Every Day. Yes, I'm creative, thank you. But what we're going to do is, I know we're all Americans, we're kind of lazy. I mean, it's the truth, right? So I kind of made it a little user-friendly. I gave you some choices to choose from. to celebrate love for the month of February. So we'll talk more about this too on Saturday if you make it back. But Project Love consists of everyday love. So these are just those thoughtful gestures. So this is something that you don't need me or each other really to go anywhere to do. These are the personal commitments that you make to yourself to spread love in your own life to the people around you, whether or not they're strangers on the streets or your family members, your loved ones, on a daily basis, not just some of the time, not just when you're not working and you're not busy, or make sure it's a top priority to really do that. And you know, it makes the world a better place. Love makes the world go round. It's cliche, but there's a reason that they say that. And so take that personal commitment. Challenge yourself to spread more love, give more love to the people in your life every single day, not just every once in a while. Also, Love Week. This one I'm personally very excited about. This is an opportunity for all of us as a group, the World Changers. If you don't know, you're a World Changer by being in here. But what we are going to do is partner with Love Week, which is actually at my church. I go to Elevation Church. You might know about that, but it's February 11th through the 19th, so coming up real soon. And rather than me trying to tell you what Love Week is, I'm just going to show you. So check out this video as soon as my computer lets me. All right.
I'm trying to love you, but I can't.
Come on, it's daily. It's a challenge for you.
Y'all see that?
Yep.
It's just so heartwarming and satisfying to me to see what has happened with our residents as a result of the volunteers being here.
Who you might reach out to. You never know if that person is about to end their life, and maybe you just saying a simple, "How are you?" could actually turn that around. So I challenge you to spend the 14th of every month doing something big. These are not the everyday love, little small gestures that you do, but something big. Go out to dinner, go see a movie, go dancing in the streets. I don't care what you do, but do something to celebrate love on the 14th of every month. So you have a few options to choose from. You can do all of them, you can do none of them, but you should definitely do Love Week. Just saying. But those are some things to choose from. I will, again, send out more information in our next email about this. So, any questions about any of this? You don't look very happy. Are y'all okay? Are you having a good time? Am I doing okay? Is this good?
Yeah.
Is this okay with you? Cece, you look miserable. You alright?
Oh, I'm just filming.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the musician, aka camera person.
Alright, quickly I'm going to go over how to operate and navigate our website as well as Hansel and Charlotte, and then I'll get you guys out of here. Not that you want to leave. I know you're all
Oh, the
dying
movie?
to stay with me.
Do you want to show them the movie?
Yes, that'll be on here.
Okay.
So, I have
You
this
webmaster too, huh?
No. Oh, I made a movie for
You're giving it away. Nothing.
Okay.
Don't give it here.
Just kidding. Didn't do
But
anything.
this is our website. I think most of you have probably seen it. I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to navigate it. There's the home page. I change the monthly quote, wherever it is, every month, obviously. So right there I have a fact of the month and some pictures that I change. And then at the bottom there's a quote, inspirational quote, and a picture that I change every month. You can go check that out. You might find the answer to the next trivia or Jeopardy game on here. The About Us section, the history, why I'm doing this, change. These are our events that we put on that Project Change the World hosts and sponsors that we don't partner with nonprofits with. These are our exclusive opportunities, as well as there's ways to change the world, a list of recommended ways, things you can do to make the world a better place, to get ideas. There's a forum. You guys should all go sign up as soon as you get home and chit-chat with each other. It's like crickets in here. Woo! And then there's a store, not yet, but that's coming soon. Also, my blog, go leave me lots of love. That's your other assignment. The World Changers, that's you guys. So if you click, this is probably the most important one. If you go to the World Changers and go to who we are, it gives you, a background. But if you go to the event listings, hover over the World Changers, click event listings, it should. an ideal world, tell you what our upcoming opportunities are. So these are things that we're already signed up or going to be doing. The blue is what's already done, and I do it by color coding. So I'll change it to yellow and white, kind of to help you know what I've added and where we are. So I'll put the date on there when it was added. And if you see something you're interested in, you can shoot me an email, text me, call me. I don't care how you need to contact me. Do whatever you have to, and I can give you more details if you need it. Or you can just show up. Some of these have the time and the location. In fact, I think they're all on there. Many of them are with Hansel and Charlotte, so I will actually be showing you their page next. And so, real fast, the Inspiration Room. This is where all of the upcoming dates and times and locations will be listed. It will be every month, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But also media, that's photos, videos, contact us, pretty self-explanatory. Links is a good one. If you go to links and go to useful sites, I don't think many people know about this one. I've composed, can you see okay over there?
Yes.
Okay. I've composed a group of, a hot list of organizations as well as other resources, books, merchandise, to kind of inspire you and give you an idea of how you, in your own time, can volunteer, donate your money, your time, or whatever you need to do to make a difference. So here are the organizations. There's, 93 I put on here, some local, some international, national. You can kind of check some of those out. Just click on the blue. And then as well as over here, there's some different lists, true stories, research, articles, things of that nature. So, any questions so far?
All the way through adult males. We have the Showers of Blessing Enrichment Program, which looks at pregnant mothers who may or may not already have multiple children, and who may or may not really have those skills to be successful parents. So we take them into the program and we teach them skills, how to get the correct services, how to get jobs, how to take care of yourself as a pregnant mother, what to do when the baby gets there, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the 8-week course, we actually throw a baby shower for these women. And one of the things that we really want to focus on in that baby shower is just letting them know that you've chosen life even in the midst of your situation, and there can be a successful quality life for you and your child. Pennies for Hope, like I said, is located here in Charlotte, and it was really birthed kind of out of the same vision that you heard about just a minute ago, where the executive director, her daughter, who was 7 at the time, was watching television and saw those commercials that you see all the time with, the sad Sarah McLachlan music in the background, and the kids are hungry and things like that, and she was very compelled to do something. So she went to her mother, and they began just making bag lunches and going uptown and passing them out to the homeless individuals up there. And then from there, it just expanded into the organization that we have here today. So I'm very excited and very blessed to be working with this organization. And if you ever have any questions, you can feel free to come up to me afterwards, and we have some cards here on the table as well.
Merry Christmas. God bless you. Stay warm.
Merry Christmas, as true love grace can be. 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, he'll go down in history. Five golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Merry Christmas!
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you. We did.
Oh, Frosty the Snowman, on his way. When he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. On your knees, hold me. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Merry Christmas and God bless you.
God bless.